volunteer, the Central Indiana Local Democratic Socialists of America. Powers and Mary Donovan Hapgood, who some of you might have heard about. I had to write a few lines here because I'm not very good being extemporaneous. Robert F. Kennedy observed, "Moral courage is a rarer commodity than bravery in battle or great intelligence." Sisters and brothers, I am not here to discuss the political issues at stake, nor the terrible threat to our communities posed by the ascendancy of Donald Trump. That would be redundant. The other speakers will paint a vivid picture of the risks and suffering we all face. Rather, I am here this evening to emphasize the urgency of moral courage required of each of us in the struggle ahead. Fascism has marched through the front door of American society. We cannot pose an effective resistance to that brand of fascism that prevailed on Tuesday unless we have moral courage. In many ways, I am one of the worst messengers on that subject. I am, admittedly, a coward. I always have been. I, too, worry about the censure of my fellows and the wrath of my community. I've been lazy in my efforts for social justice, even when I knew better. And yet, I know we cannot fight Trumpism without the moral courage that Robert Kennedy spoke of. So I stand here, and if I can stand here and ask you to have that kind of moral courage, then I must be willing to demonstrate it myself. To resist the injustice and cruelty that looms over us now, we must also be ready to listen. Listening is an act of courage in and of itself. We need to listen to people of other points of view, but whom we can find common ground with. I come from the American Socialist movement, a tradition that began here in Indianapolis, not far from this very spot, in 1901, when Eugene V. Debs and his the Socialist Party of America. The socialist movement is, first and foremost, about empowering ordinary working people in the struggle to improve their common lot. It is therefore deeply painful to me to see Donald Trump's victory being portrayed in the media as the result of the white working class believing that progressives didn't listen to them. If we didn't listen, that is our fault. And we won't offer a credible alternative to Donald Trump if we don't listen. The white working class needs to be in solidarity with the entire American working class in all its diversity. Otherwise, we will never defeat the racism, misogyny, xenophobia, homophobia, and all the other prejudices that tear the working class in this country apart. Nor will we ever find a solution to the poverty and hardships that plague so much of our country. Historians point to the failure of the left and the center to engage in common resistance as a reason for Hitler's triumph in the 1930s. We must avoid that kind of failure. I grow increasingly impatient with those who engage in finger-pointing. There are already enough post-mortems on this election, and re-arguing the 2016 Democratic primary elections accomplishes nothing. The same goes for those who last week voted for the uninspiring lesser evil versus those who voted for an ineffectual greater good. None of those divisions serve any purpose now. They can only be a source of comfort for Trump and his henchmen. We must listen to each other and find common ground and solidarity. Finally, we must commit ourselves to the long haul, to the long-distance struggle. Right now, it's in the news, it's trendy to be at a rally like this. But it won't be so trendy months from now, and after months and years of struggle. As a member of Democratic Socialists of America, I am influenced by DSA's founder, the late Michael Harrington. He stressed that we need to be long-distance runners. Let that concept sink in. Long-distance runners in the struggle for justice. We cannot prevail in the non-violent struggles for democracy and truth unless we are committed to the long haul. I am here to commit to that struggle. I invite you to join me. We make that commitment with the spirits of peace, nonviolence, and democracy guiding our actions. We face an opposition more terrifying than anything seen before in modern America. Our defeats will be many, and we will endure many obstacles.
But our victories will be rewarding!
But the greatest danger of all would be not to fight back. As for me, I will stumble. I will grow lazy at times and frightened at others. I'll be occasionally embarrassed at the feebleness of my efforts. Like all of you, I will have to answer to my own conscience. And I know that I have to be more courageous, to be more open, and yes, to be a long-distance runner. If we stand together, if we share the burden, we can overcome this impending darkness. I grew up in the 1960s, and I'm old now. But I have the distinct advantage of having met and listened to and shaken the hand of Robert F. Kennedy. Kennedy once reduced to just a few words my message to you this evening. He said, "Each time a man stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current that can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance." Brothers and sisters, join me in solidarity, encouragement, and hope. And let us be long-distance runners. Thank you very much.